Hey scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I am playing along with Scrapping Reflections and her February sketch series that she is doing. And if you don't know who that is, that's Sandy from State Goddess here on YouTube. She also has a Facebook group and a shop called Scrapping Reflections. I'll have that information linked down below so you can check her out. And I'll also put the sketch up in the corner here on the video so you can see the sketch that we're playing with today. And I was just going to create this layout, and then I decided to go ahead and film it. So I have pulled out everything that I want to use for this kit and already cut down the papers. So what I'm going to do is basically build it here on the video with you, and then I will glue everything down and come back and just do the sort of finishing touches. So I don't think this process will be super long, but you'll see the sketch in the corner. And so what I've done is I have this background piece of pattern paper. I have a solid and then this sort of distressed pattern paper, and this is all from my February How to Kill a Kit with Style. So this is all from a Heidi Swap project pad, except for this paper, which is also from Heidi Swap, but a different collection. So what I'm going to do is, following the sketch, I am going to have this as my background, and then I've cut this sort of animal print, and then I've made those two. I've just hand cut the sort of wavy patterns that are in the sketch as well. So those are going to go down here like this. So obviously this will be more lined up once I glue it down, but this gives you a good idea. I have my photo here, which is of my kittens when they were small, playing with a box, which we all know, if you have cats, that's the best toy ever. And so I have this little picture of them. So I'm going to put it here. And I definitely have my papers up higher. And obviously the sketch is for like a smaller sized project. So my pattern papers go up higher on the page, but I'm okay with that. So I'm also going to pull in this frame which says love. And I'm going to use that here behind my photo. So I'm thinking it's going to go something like this. And then I have all of these pieces here. Now everything in my hand that you see here is all print and cut files. So these are Maggie Holmes. I have the digital kit. I want to say these are probably from the Magnolia collection, I think, or one of those collections. There was two of them, Fresh Bouquet or Magnolia. I think that's, or Marigold, I think it was. I have no idea which ones. And then I have some other labels and some other little printables from other print and cut files. But again, this is definitely a paper heavy layout, and it's also a hybrid layout as well, because I am pulling in my print and cut files, which I love, because if you know anything about a lot of the florals that are coming out now in some of the collections, they are gigantic. And what I'm able to do when I do my print and cut myself is, this floral in the collection that I buy, which is way more expensive than the digital, is, you know, could be the size of my hand. Whereas this one I have printed in just the size that I want. So that is pretty much why I love print and cut, and why I think, rather than buying a lot of the collections that are coming out, I will wait for them on digital. Just simply because, again, I can manage, or I can cut them ultimately in the size that I want. So yeah, just a little rant on the size of embellishments and how much I don't like how big some of them are now. So what I'm going to do now is just build my embellishment clusters, and there, I guess you could say in the sketch, kind of two embellishment clusters, one kind of down where the title is and then one up here. I'm going to have three, and so that's definitely where I'm veering off from the original, but I like that visual triangle, and so I'm going to have three different embellishment clusters. Lost my words for a second there. And so I am just going to play with all of these pieces that I pulled out. No real rhyme or reason. I'm not exactly sure where everything's going to go, so I'm kind of just going to play with it here for a second. Put that up there, that one up there. So obviously when I glue these down, they are going to be glued down slightly, probably in different configuration than it is right now, exactly how it is, because obviously I never put anything back exactly where I had it originally, and so we're going to kind of just put things where I think a general idea of where I'm going to put them. So I'm just going to, and I am going to mix, some people don't like this, but I am going to mix hearts and stars on this layout. So I have these gold glitter paper hearts and stars. I just used little punches to punch out these little hearts and stars. And again, that glitter paper was in that project pad that I'm using for my How to Kill a Kit this month, so making good use of that. And then I think one of the last things I'm going to do when I come back, so this is how my layout is going to go. When I come back, we're going to put down our title, which is going to go down here, as well as we are going to add a few of these sort of shiny mirrored embellishments, and then I have some Before Dawn vibes from Shimmers, and I am going to splatter this in amongst my clusters to finish off the page. So I'll be back once this is glued down. Okay, we are back. Everything is glued down. I did pop my photo up. I didn't glue down my butterfly, I just realized. But everything else is glued down, so I've popped up a few items around each of my embellishment clusters as well. Just add a little bit of dimension and lift to some of the embellishments, because again, it's all paper, so in order to give a little bit more interest and height to the page and make it feel like there's dimension, I pop it all up. And then the glitter paper adds a bit of a different texture, so that also helps keep it from being too sort of plain. So now I'm going to work on my title. So I have these Dear Lizzie really old fox thickers, and then I have these Ellie Studio in black. And my title is definitely nothing too exciting and original. I have such a hard time with titles. So yeah, this is in no way sort of an exciting title, or I didn't think about it a whole lot. So I am just going to go with So Curious, because, well, anytime, or anyone who has a cat knows that the minute you bring out something new into the room, especially a box or something that they can get in, cats, no matter what their age, I find, they have this thing that they just have got to get in the box. They've got to smell the box. It's the best toy. Our cats, I don't even have to buy them anything. They could just take the boxes that everything comes in, and they are happy. They'll actually fight over who gets to lay in the box. And they'll let one of them will lay in it for a little bit, and then the other one will come by and kick out the other cat so that they can get in it. It is quite funny. So yeah, they are too funny. They love to get in boxes, and so I thought So Curious, while it's not original, it definitely fits with the picture and what we were talking about in this layout. And so if I do end up adding any journaling, I can add some here or add it on the back if I so decide. I will tell you, a lot of times my scrapbooking is more about the process and playing with the pretty papers. And so from a journaling standpoint, a lot of times if I'm going to write something, it'll often be on the back of the layout. Every once in a while I have a spot for some journaling, but I don't do a ton of journaling, just simply because I am more of like, I want to play with the paper and the sort of creativity of the scrapbooking. I do tell stories every once in a while, or like I said, on the back, but the front of the pages, generally, I just like to decorate them. So there is my title. It is down. I am going to add, like I said, a couple of these mirrored pieces, and I think I'm just going to keep it simple with just adding some of these circular ones, because I just want, again, a different texture on the page, and so this will add to that different texture. And then I have these already glued down, these really glittery pieces. This will be sort of acting as that another visual triangle for each embellishment cluster, because I'm going to put one of these in each of the clusters. So now I have 3 things here that are gold, and then I'll have 3 things here that are gold as soon as I figure out where to put this one. Up here maybe. I like to hide it a little bit. There we go. And one more, which I think we will put, actually we're going to use a bigger one. I'm going to put right in here because I can hide it right in there. So now I have, again, that visual triangle with these sort of gold embellishments in each one. So it finishes it off quite nicely. And because lately I cannot seem to finish a layout without adding enamel dots, we are going to, or without adding splatters, I should say. Seems like even after I turn the camera off on a lot of my layouts, I come back and end up adding splatters. So that is what we're going to do here. I'm just going to add a few, nothing too crazy. Ooh, this is a new spray and it is going everywhere. So I'm going to have to clean up my desk. But like I said, I don't want to add a whole lot, just a few. And so here is the finished layout. I have to glue down that butterfly, but there you have it. That is my take on the sketch for today. Definitely more embellishments than were on the original sketch, but I kept the papers kind of in the same areas. So with that, guys, I will leave you with the still photos and catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.